be a certain part here in the Kabbalah, and you're letting it at night, we said, and let the subconscious mind work at night. You make the statement, you're making the effort, and somehow the mind itself, which is a machine on its own, will do its own work. Magically, because like it says, like God says, open up tshuva like a little pitchoch talmach. Just try a little bit, and I'll do the rest for you. You make your Kabbalah, your acceptance, your desire, and you try it. And at night, let the night do itself. Let the soul do itself. Let me fix it up for you myself. Let another dimension take place. Because who says we're capable ourselves to do all the work? But I do say that try the most you can at night. So he goes a little further in the idea of the will. What do you mean Kabbalah? Again, we read at Har Sinai. We talked a little about it this morning. I want to say it officially. Comes to Har Sinai. And what do the Jews do? God says, you want to take the Torah? So, yeah. Not 7 nation we're going to do, and then we're going to listen. To go in, what do they say? First, let us analyze. Let's understand. Let us get the facts first, and then we will make our decision. Sounds logical. But when it came to the decision, they were out. That's why all the goyim didn't accept it. But what did the Jews say we're going to do? Jump in. And then the leap theory. And then we're going to do. And then we're going to listen. Okay? But then we have a problem. After the Jews says, yes, we're going to do. When it got to coming to get the Torah, all of a sudden the Jews started to, when it's like a guy wants to get married to the girl, and then when he gets closer to the day to get married, he gets fears in his heart, and he starts thinking, responsibilities, what's going to be, do I love her, she loves me, who knows what's happening, and he gets scared, and he's ready to run. Right, ready to run. So what did God have to do with us, He had to put the mountain on top of us, and if you don't accept the Torah, I'm going to destroy you. Right? So the Jews said, well, if that's the case, then what are we going to do? Of course we accept the Torah. But then there comes the question, what kind of acceptance is it? If it's an acceptance on force, being coerced, so where's my free will acceptance? Shalom. Where's my free will acceptance? Oh, Share Tziyon. They tell you how the person has to change himself in order to worship Hashem. So we found this Eitzah, which we're talking about Yom Kippur, but really it's an Eitzah for everybody. Before he goes to sleep, when he puts his whole hand on Hashem, it's like Hashem can take his soul away. So there's no better time than to change your will at this point to move. Like people at this point have Avas Yisrael. You forgive everybody. At this point, when you go to sleep and you give your soul to Hashem, this is the point to love everybody, change your midos, get rid of sinas chinam. This is the best time where a man can really work on his inner feelings. This is what we're talking about.
Matan Torah says that when
Menazai Omer Haveirotz lemitzvah kala kechamura. Uboreach min avera, shemitzvah gores mitzvah, avera gores avera. You should run after a mitzvah, kala, like a chamura. Run away from avera, because a mitzvah gores mitzvah, avera gores avera. In other words, let's start the other way. And because a mitzvah gores mitzvah, therefore you should run to do a mitzvah, light mitzvah, as like a chomer mitzvah. I would, if I was writing it, I would write a little differently. I would write, Taseh mitzvah kala kechamura, she mitzvah gores mitzvah. Why the word ruts? Why the word running? You should run after the mitzvah. Why run after the mitzvah? Why run? Why run after the mitzvah? Why run after the mitzvah? We see by Avraham Avinu, we see that when the Orchim came, we see that they have a chumash. The Orchim came by Avraham Avinu. We see in the beginning, somebody pointed out to me, when the visitors came, what did Avraham Avinu do? By Yoratz Likrosan, he ran. By Yamai Haramam, made quickly. Mahari says, like, quickly. Velaboko Rotzavram. Why so much running and so much tension? You would think a religious guy runs away from tension. Why running? Religion is supposed to be contemplation, relax. Asher Yoshvi Secha. Happy are those that sit in the house of God. Sit. Tahalach Yetomim. Go. When we finish a Masechta, when we finish a Gemara, we say an interesting text. We compare ourselves to the non-Jews, and we say like this here. Onu mashkimim v'hema. We get up and they get up. We get up for Torah and they get up for Dvarim B'Teilim. Ona melam, we work hard and they work hard. We work hard and we get reward. They work hard and don't get reward. Onu rotzim, we run. V'hem rotzim, we run and they run. Onu rotzim l'chai olam haba, v'hem rotzim l'vershas. We run for all. We're getting the next world. We're purposely in the next world. We're running to the next world, and they are running to bear shachas. Let's say there's two types of running. A man, usually, what is he running for? Why is a man, should he run or not run? According to the text, Onu ratzim heim ratzim mean a man should run. Not a man should not run, a man should run. It's a combinator for us and them, except we're running with this goal and they're running with another goal. We're going to get this, we're going to be this way and they're going to run another way. It says, and I saw this in the Malas HaTorah, that when the human being was created, it says Nefesh Chaya. What's Nefesh Chaya? Nefesh Chaya, quotes the Targum. It says Nefesh Richo, or Zrizo. A Nefesh, he explains, that runs. A thing that runs. Because you have domain, you have stones that don't move, and animal and plants, kingdom that grow a little bit. But what moves? Life moves. Movement, running, going. So therefore, running is one of the qualities, the essence of man. Going. They can go but not run. And if you think of the first tikkun, you have a Pinchas Ben Yor, you have Zerizus. What's Zerizus? Quick. Zehir is Zerizus. Zerizus is quick. Do a thing miyad. So it means that movement, going, quick, fast, running, there's nothing wrong. That's the natural way of man. The question is, where you're going with the running. Does running bring exhaustion? Does running bring destruction? Does running bring not doing a thing well and carefully? Does running bring you losing out in life? What does running do? So you can have running that brings you to shachas, to destruction. Always busy, no time for yourself, no time, just hustle and bustle, the rat race of the world. Or no, running brings to you Amavinu. He's being more effective, more efficient. He does a thing with more lust and desire. Action happening, the now. So therefore, when Amravinu, he went out of his way, and he ran here, ran that, ran this. So he's in shape. And he knows if he doesn't run, then maybe the mitzvah won't happen. It won't have the same force, the same strength, and it moves more moving, and it means that you won't maybe have the loss of the other mitzvah. Because mitzvah can come, you don't do it quickly. Because you don't get advantage of the moment, you can lose the moment. God gives the moment, then you have to grab the moment. You have to do it quickly, efficiently. Not quick and sloppy, but efficiently. With zest, with energy. What do we see? Avraham Avinu. Hashem visited Avraham Avinu as a chola. Right away, Avraham Avinu moved to another step. Hachnos Azorchem. When he went to Hachnos, he went quick, Mahir, Rutz. And then he was successful. Hashem gave him a new thing. He said, I'm going to hide from Avraham Avinu something. So he gave him the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. And therefore, maybe that's what the text says a little bit. The person runs and does the mitzvahs. So then, one mitzvah is gores another mitzvah. One mitzvah causes another mitzvah. But it's not quick, fast, if it's not effective. He has to do the mitzvah that he's doing not to keep up with the Joneses, or there's a mitzvah fast and quick. The mitzvah is to do it effectively, properly, but to do it with zest, energy, and to do it in a way that he doesn't lose it. Because his goal is to do it properly, but do it efficiently, quickly, so he can do this. He doesn't do this and drop it and do the next one, and then drops and does the third thing. What he does it completely, but he moves quicker, more effectively, more efficiently. And therefore, running and moving is good. And it's doing mitzvahs and Torah. There's another point of introspection, is bodhidos, contemplation. When you have the Gemara learning, you have ligma v'hadalizmor. You learn, and then you think about it, work on it, try to discern a thing. And therefore, person has a mitzvah in his hand, he has to be able to take advantage of that moment. He has to do it quickly. Zrizas. Zrizas is one of the qualities that a person is able to I wouldn't say Zrizas is what? Like a person is running and racing. Zrizas is not a race. Racing what? Who? There's no competition in the Torah race. He's doing his thing efficiently, the best way, the one you want the next mitzvah. So what I've gained was to tell you pshat, I think, in Pirkei Avos, running, then if a mitzvah is mitzvah, then you have this chus. I gave the example by Avraham Avinu, and I try to explain that running is a natural quality in man. And the question, what are you running for and how are you doing it? What is the difference of the running? In the world, it's a rat race, it's tension, here's not tension. Every day of life is a wonderful world of adventure, excitement, because that's what's being done. That's a very dynamic, moving thing that's happening. One thing down, next thing comes in. Always growing and moving and happening. Any question? I really said this to somebody. That's any question. Let's say we would say that the world was created in a way that the person only gets chatzi tavos below. Man only gets half of his tavos in the world. Money. He only gets half of the money. He can never fulfill his whole thing. Same thing as learning. Why did the Almighty create people to forget? You know, they should constantly not learn for 2-3 years, and then they'll know it, and they'll have to keep on working and learning. So a man needs that process of moving and learning and constantly doing. God wants that constant tamidus of being close to Him, experiencing life. One experience, if another experience, it's an action itself, it's movement. Except the difference is, let's say a man had a dream. And in the dream, he dreams that he's in New Jersey. He's taking this train to go to Hawaii. Takes part of the train. He gets off. He gets on the airplane. He goes from place to place, and he's delayed, and there's this problem, that problem, and he dreams that he's now in Hawaii. He's now in Hawaii. And all these difficulties, how he got to Hawaii, and all these problems, and now he's in Hawaii. Right? Now he opens his eyes, and what does he see? He's in Hawaii. Because originally he was in Hawaii, and all this thing was just a dream, working and running, and he was there anyway. He was just dreaming. It was in the place when he started with. What work happened? It was in the original place when he started, and he's there when he finishes. When we're running, we're not running to be in the same place. It's not exercise to be in the same place. It's although Hashem wants to be that constant running and moving and action, that we're going to grow more and more. It's not in the same place. We're growing, we're moving. But you have to know there's activity, there's movement, and we're moving qualitatively, except there's no end. There's no end to taiva, there's no end to learning. It's open end. And the process itself, which is the movement, is the thing you have to enjoy, be part of, and grow from it, and grow and grow. If you think of man in terms of energy, electrons, protons, and matter and electrons, you see this movement, energy happening. So that's a natural process of life, energy, running, movement. That's your body, that's the energy, the movement that's happening. That's a very important factor. That's what man was created. Except you gotta know what you're running, and you have to run to Olam Haba and get through the mitzvahs. You have to put energy into learning. You need energy to run, you need energy. You can't be lazy, relaxed, comfortable. So in the Western world, they have these black and white, polarized places. Either you're in the rat race running, or you're retired and getting the wealth and enjoying the life and basking in the sun. But in Judaism, we have a different way. You're constantly working and learning. But there's no rat race. You're only just making sure you accomplish and do with zrizus, with energy, excitement, movement, to do the things to make sure you don't lose it and done properly. And then Hashem gives you something next. If you finish this, then another thing happens, and another thing happens. You're growing. You have a little baby. First you got married, and you have a little baby. The baby grows, and time goes by. It starts growing up. It's movement. Nothing stays still. So running is a natural thing. But if it's running for the wrong purpose, that's Olam Haba. But if you're running the wrong purpose, the rat race, the tensions of the world, keep with the Joneses to make sure you got to make a living, what's happening, all those type of things, that's the wrong. And then you just go to Be'er Shach, that's the wrong type of running. That's wrong. You got to slow down and find Machov Vasalah. What is your goal in the world? What's happening? And slow down, because you missed out life. But if you're doing the right thing in life and learning the right way, of course you got to move. You got to move. You got to get involved. You have to exert energy. Any other questions? Any questions? Yeah. We just want to work for it. Taiva that's what guys take drugs for. That's taiva, lust. People steal, gezel, because they don't want to work. They're lazy. Because the natural state of man is what? You see, God created man the heart to beat, to move, to happen. The natural state is what? No, that you have to do energy. That means you have to exert energy. That's a hard thing. Then exert. The natural state is decay, rust, sleep, tired, rest. Get away, comforts. So the man was created with a pump and a heart beating, bang, move, run, happen. You have a move of laziness. There's a whole book called Zrizus. You have to read the books. Malas Torah has Parshas on Zrizus. All the books, all the Muslim books talk about it. Any questions? Any questions?
Rosh Chodesh Kislev, year 5750, Rabbi's Moshe Shmuzes.
To extend the concept of a person's mavatel rutzono. Also like to explain The passage Yogatu Motzota in the Hakdama of the pre-Yitzchak, as your Yitzchak Blaza, one of our famous from the Musa movement, the Talmud Chacham. So he has in his Hakdama the following. He starts to Baruch HaMokom Baruch Hu Baruch Shana Santor Lamo Yisrael. It says in Midbar, it says in the Midbar Master Nachliel. Kiven Shoisa Odom Atzmo Kamidbar Shu Mufka Lochol Torah Nitloi B'Matona. Shenemo Midbar Matona. V'Kiven Shenitloi B'Matona Nachlu Kel. Shenema U'Matona Nachli Kel. This is Gemara Nedoza, a famous Gemara Nedoza. So a person has to make himself like a midbar. We say another Chazal, you should be like an askupa. Askupa is somebody that you have a mat as you come in. So I used to train the guys. I trained you here a little bit. You become an askupa and you lay down. We step on you. Watch it step on you. That's all. And you have to learn to step on you. And you have to give Torah. These people step on you. If you can't be stepped on, Yoshua, if you can't be stepped on, and after you're stepped on to be able to teach the Torah, then you don't reach the Madrega. Usually if anybody is stepped on, I say, please be careful. No. Otherwise I bite. No. It has to be stepped on, that's it. You stepped on and that's how it was. It has to be like but that's a little stronger than a midbar. Midbar is just like, you'll see right away. והנה בעניין התורה, אלא עוד מציב שני בחינות, איך בחינות מחר, כי לקח טוב נוסעתי לכם, תורה סייעתא. In other words, one concept is לקח, as a business. ואומר חז"ל שלוי, כי מידס הקדוש מידס בוסר ודם, מידס בוסר ודם, עוד מויכה חפץ, and he feels bad, and the other one feels good, but now Torah is that the one who sells it, Hashem gives it, and we get it, we all feel good. And you give Torah away, you also feel good. Void yesh bechina matona, canal. He wants to say, ki heina hein bahasogas haTorah yeshnei bechinos. Echad hu ma sheyasa godem bekoyach sichloi utvunosoi. V'zet toli lefi gedolas odom, lefi roiv amaloi. It depends on the person. Ki Yosef shoya chochem v'Yosef liyos omel. He has both problems. Both. How great you are, genius you are, plus you increase amelis. It's not you're a genius and less amelis, and you get quick and fast. It means bigger genius, more amelis. Take for example the Vilna Gaon all day long learned. Didn't say I was a big genius, but and old everything, and I don't do amelis. It needs both qualities. It needs chochem and amelis. Kochim tzadas. Umatnunei mistar. Ulam oid kiflaim letoshia. Ki lepamim yuchal adam lahasig lamayla yosef mikvi erach sichloi utvunas bekoyach hoifoas ruach mimoron. Kamoi shamro chochem odif minavi. It's a little chiddush here, by the way. I always thought is that because you do the work and you follow logic, so then Chacham also can predict future. Like, logic in mathematics can predict future. No, Chacham, he wants to say, no, that comes me more like a special gift. Okay. Teda Domar, Gavra Rabba Milsa, Umat Amro Halocha Moshe Kavosi. Pirshrashes Savarta Svarsa Lev Haboiloi Minavua, Vazocha Lahaskim Haloch Misinaim. That's also like the Chazoni say, you say the Rebbe is like Malach Shem Tzvokais, and what's today called Siyata D'Shmaya, or what's today called, let's say, Nevuah, or, so that means when you learn a Pshat and Gemara, and you figure it out and it falls in somehow. That's called Ke'ein Nevuah. Okay. Everybody agrees to it. Hine al dover ze yesh lome ki hine ma shiyasagon beTorah be'erach tvunos of sichlo zel bechinas mekach pri amolon. v'yigia. Ula masha zeich odom lahasik b'zor yoysim mikvi erech koiche. Haven't also v'sichel hu geda bechinas matona. Minoysen ataris baruch liras Hashem advukim b'torasa. Ki yiten es rucho aleihem ular eineihem be'or ataris baruch. So won't say there's two things. See, the two things is that there's mekach. Mekach, in other words, a man works hard, and in other words, you have the greatness of the mind and the amount of amelis he has, and that will project and produce. And then you have the second quality, which is a matana, or to give to people. Hashem gives them that quality. In other words, it's more than what you're supposed to get. So you have mekach and matana. You have in the person's, his chiddush is also in the masik. In other words, not only Hashem gives like a mekach and a matana, but also the one who receives it also, there's a mekach and a matana. A maisa mekach and a maisa matana. In other words, there's two sides to that coin. There's the mekach that you're doing the work and therefore you get to it, and Hashem gives you the mekach that way. And you have the matana that you're doing something, and he gives you this matana. More than you could. V'ini yadu ki ika sogat hu rak kasher zeich odom lemidas hanova. Ubeprat lovoi lebechina zu shehoya haTorah begeder matana. Bevadei tzorich lagia amidah zu liyos ono v'shofel bedaito ulahafshit koyach sichlo mikol rotzoi v'negia atzmi v'zeo ma shomo chazal kiven shos odom atzol kamidbar shu mufka l'chol. In other words, he wants something like this here. There will be a point where you learn and your seichos machayev. So there can be a guy who works hard and he has a good head and he works hard and he produces. But the Ika Torah comes from Anova, that he also he's working hard, and it's not just he sits there Manonov or he happens to have tshuvas min hashamayim that fall in, but really it works that he works hard, and but since he's an honor, shofel dadin and mushat koich sichloi, all the ritzoin negias atzmi becomes a midbar. As Rashi quotes Rashi, "Rotzu bezel midas hanova liyos kemidbar hazeh shumuf l'chol lidroich olav lidroich olav." That's skupa. Reach a point where your mufko and guys can step on you. Not only the Rosh Yeshiva, other people. I learn when everybody steps on you. That's kemidbar. You're not even you take it. You take the beating. You take the beating. Take the beating. Im meisem odom atzum karuna zu shakol doshim bo talmudo miskayen vazoch shelo haTorah bebechinas matana hashpor ruach mimoron lesvaras halev lamala yoyse mikvi erech sichlu to. So how can you go beyond yourself? What's chidushin mifloim ad ma'od beyond yourself? And that is when the person becomes a midbar and he's mavatal himself. And how do you mavatal yourself? So, what do you mavatal? You become an honor. And people step on you. What do you mean? People say, ask you a kasha, and they, you know what I mean? Or they have chavrusas, or you have a vad, and they tell you to change this meeting. You don't have a teguva back and say, who the heck are you? What are you telling me? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? You accept it, and it's all. And you teach Torah, also the second part of the teaching the Torah. So you go beyond your strength. So what's the nafkim? Hine, hahav del shebein shtei bechin hu, ki b'yoyis ha-Torah bebechinas mechar v'asogas odom tiyeh berach tevuna savigi yosei. It goes according to man's what? Knowledge and strength. I'm a goyin, I'm a godel. Look what I do, and I'm working hard, and I am doing, and I'm working hard, and I got a good head, and I'm learning well, and I. Okay, good. So you work hard. What's the problem there? Eino batuach im sichlo lo teteo akalkolot. Ki secho adam olo l'shgia. Okay, you're working hard, so you have certain places, yeah, but you're relying on yourself and you're moving, so okay. So you'll have a lot of big Talmidei Chacham who learn, and it comes from yourself. Yourself, you're working hard. It's an extension of your mind. It's also that's type A type. That's type A type. Type B. Ulam kasher yiske lebechinas matana, os yuchal liftoach gam kein ki sichlo lo teteo v'torasa emes. Tehi befiu. In other words, but if you do you're working hard, etc., but then you also have the anivis, so at that point, your teres emes. Ki ma shomo chazal v'kivin shenito loy b'matana, nachlo kel, shel matana nachlio. Nachlo shein lo hefse, ki emes hu bechina nitzeves kayemes lad. Why is it has no end? Because since it's truth is lasting forever, so therefore in the milah, what's nitzri, when you hit a word of truth, it's forever. You hit the truth, you hit the emes, it's forever. If when you're learning the Torah and you're working on your own seichel, okay, maybe you say it's Torah, it is Torah, your seichel pushes it, you project yourself and your thoughts, and you have to work, it doesn't happen by itself, it's also Torah. But it's limited, maybe you make it, maybe not. But here you know definitely it's true. And it has the emes to it, which you know it's definitely true, because suffix is not emes. It could be true, you happen to hit the truth, but in suffix, it's not a vadai truth. So maybe that means a vadai truth. And the vadai truth is emes, you know that you hit nitzri. I did that a little bit. Okay. So what do you got to do? L'tar machshavtoi b'Torah kedosha, muvshi mikol rotzon v'negia atzmi, kochi yisrael memroimen b'bechinas matana. L'hores eino b'Torah kedosh bar pnei melachai. That's a beautiful mashal. You have the light in the eyes of a melachai. Is a bigger kal v'choma. If somebody wants to teach us Torah to chutza, he has to make sure l'shtal l'tar machshavtei shei b'kavana retzuya. And you have to make sure you don't Hashem melachim b'remiyah. In other words, it's one thing is yourself, you learn the Torah, you get the emes. To teach others, you have to make sure your machshav is 100% more Torah, more pure. People think teaching others is Adarab. Teaching others requires even a pureness and a bigger pureness. And I would understand also, first the guy steps on, and then he teaches other people's Torah. It's two parts to that chazal. Then the Torah is miskayemes. So here I see two things. One is that, what is the degree when we say mevatel ritzon l'ritzon hakadosh baruch hu? So I would add it should be to the degree of a midbar. In order to get a degree of a midbar, you need to be an honor tahar machshava. It's not just mevatel ourselves. Okay, God, I lose myself. I'm no longer involved. Do what you want. Do what you want, God. I'll take the punches. Do what you want. That's all called mevatel. Mevatel seems to be a more positive sense of a tahar machshavtoi. And you remove your ratzon and the gias atzmi. And you only, in the positive sense of anova, and that you only want to hear Torah and truth. You know, it's in a negative, you're taking giving yourself. It's not just giving yourself. It's a positive sense of anova and atar machshavto. Because we don't say anova is just a negative of I. I got rid of my I, then I'm an honor. But see, we understand anova is or atar machshavto. Although tahara is the negative of kedusha, but still, I hear it's not just a bittul hayesh and I'm nobody, I'm nothing. Okay, now where is my shit? Where's my reward? Mavatal mayesh, now where's my reward? It means it's a tahar nafsho. It's an anivis. It's a purification of one's soul and mind, and then Hashem sends a matana. But definitely it's hearing and waiting. What's happening? That's one thing I heard from here. So at nighttime we're still doing I hope everybody's still doing that exercise at night, where when you give your neshama to God, you mavato your ratzon Hashem, then Hashem mavato all the ratzonos to everybody else against you, which means the averis and the onshim that you have. That's one thing I saw. And then I saw another thing is that when you have your gatu matzasa, so I can hear from here that if I put the two together, you see, when he says two bechinas, he also, there's two different things. A guy can then work on removing from himself who he is, and he'll go and become a tzaddik, go to the mikveh in the morning, and he'll work on mavatal himself, and now he'll come to learn. All of a sudden the ideas will fall into head equal to and even better than somebody who's working hard, Yiki and Torah. Or do we mean that he works very hard and he pushes to the nth degree of all his personality, all his being, and then at that point he's now mavatal himself, another stage of learning, and he says, I want to hear after I worked and I saw the truth and my mind dictates is that I want to remove all my negiyas, all myself, and at that point, at this stage, I want to hear the emes. I really looking for the emes. Okay, I hear it. I'm ready. With my mind dictates it, and I know svara lonely cross. Svara is greater than a navi is greater than a chacham is greater than a navi. I want to hear now. After I work my mind and I'm able to stand up and fight the world and have rayas muhrachas, what I'm saying is true and emes. Now, let me remove all my zich and all myself and become honor them. Let's see, what does really Hashem want? Torah teach me. Alamdeinu Rabbeinu Hashem HaKadosh. What is really the emes? What is the real svara? What's the svara? And at that point, I can understand Amatanaka. Although you can split it up and say, but even he seems to imply that it doesn't negate when it comes to the stage of matana that the work, but it doesn't put your work and then get. Though he separates it, but it appears that it also means that the guy works too. Because after you have that, you want to get begeda matana. It is true. But you want to say something? It's incorrect. That another. A man knows who he is, so then automatically he's an honor, by definition. He knows the position of God and himself. So, and at that point, he knows what a matana is. He knows what a matana and what he did himself. No question about it. When you mavato your ratzon, what does that mean, though?
That's the extra part. You remove the extra part.
Remove what? So I would answer. Now we answer very well. You see. So now we don't remove who you are. You remove the extra parts, or you increase the parts you thought you didn't have to move exactly who you are. Then be Baal Yeshiva, Baal Greg, because a man says, I'm nothing, I'm nobody. So that's not on either. That's shiftless. That's low self-image. You need to go to the pep courses. I don't say where, but basically, I would hear that. Vata means getting all those things so clearly, and then he has to know, but he has to retire his machshava,
That's just like you said.
That's right.
In terms of the Nagias.
Or his will, or what he is, and he only has to search only truth of knowing Emes. And at that point, he has to pull back and say, Yilamdeinu Rabbeinu, Rebbeinu Shalom, help me out. I heard my Rosh Yeshiva one time, Rabbi Kanaki asked him a kasha, and he was stuck for half an hour. Couldn't get answer. A pilpashir. He said, Rebbeinu Shalom, help me out. I got to make parnasa. I got to lose my job over here. He said it in a joke. We laughed, but I asked him afterwards. It was serious. You have to come. No, the point you're stuck. You got to come on to God. That's the dark out of the mind. You must come on to Hashem, and Hashem has to fall. He goes over the steps. Sometimes you're blind. You don't see things right. You lost your perspective, or somehow you missed a piece, and that's the frailty of one's mind, the mind of man. And at that point. Except with all that, he knows he's pushing his mind. He knows that's still his machine going. There are some people on Novim, they push anyway. Okay, that's also true. But definitely Anivas there will have to be there, and then he has to know it falls in. Well, these other people that falls in don't admit it's from Hashem. That's right. And that's why we have another rule. I did it one time. I needed a special schus. So Hashem gave me a schus to give a Chiddush Torah. And I said, let the schus of the Chiddush Torah, since it's an Eis Ratzon, because Hashem gave me a Chiddush that fell in. So it's Hashem at that moment, since it's an Eis Ratzon, help the situation happen. And the reason for that is because when you work and you get a matana, it means it's an Eis Ratzon. He did you a favor and he gave you a matana. Eis Ratzon, you can now, there's another Kiddush, you can extend the Eis Ratzon and ask the little other things at the same moment. You're ready in the door already, you can get a few more. That's a Kiddush, brother. It's not a simple story. I have to admit, I heard that from Rabbi. One day he had a Kiddush. Now you can ask anything you want, Hashem will Makai. But I don't want to ask anything. Because then you have to prove that why is he not the multi-millionaire at the moment. That's what he wants. But the Svara is correct. The Svara is correct. But we have another point I want to hit out. Ein base medrash. That means every day, every time, everybody can, if they work hard and they put their person, they will produce and get those matanas. Yes. Low self-image. And he says, I know I have a low self-image. That's not, no, he knows who he is. I'll tell you why. See, there's also a trick to the thing. If you know you're a creation of God, then you can't have a low self-image. Then you're sick. The guy's sick. Because if he knows who he was and who he's created, and he knows all those parts about God and everything, then by definition he has to have strength, he has energy, he has pep, he has all those things in him. Except it reaches the point it doesn't get gaiva. Well, you finish. That means every day, every time, everybody can, if they work hard and they put their person, they will produce and get those matanas. Yes.
When you say the man,
low self-image. And he says, I know I have a low self-image. That's not, no, he knows who he is. I'll tell you why. See, there's also a trick to the thing. If you know you're a creation of God, then you can't have a low self-image. Then you're sick. The guy's sick. Because if he knows who he was and who he's created, and he knows all those parts about God and everything, then he, by definition he has to have strength, he has energy, he has pep, he has all those things in him. Except it reaches the point it doesn't get gaiva. But it's because the man doesn't know who he is. He says, I know I am, I'm no good, I'm a piece of dirt in the world anyway, everybody steps on me, and all those, and he doesn't know who he is. I assure you, that's who he is. But that's not who he really is, or God created, you know what I mean? So he didn't take advantage of what understanding of what he really is, and what he's doing, and what's happening.
You're saying it's not necessarily
He's a sick man.
I care to get another.
No. A man who, Moshe Rabbeinu had no low self-image.
No. A ma'akiv to get another.
It is a ma'akiv to get another.
It is a ma'akiv.
I'll tell you why. Because he's making a mistake between anava and shiflus. And therefore he'll never get anava. Now it could be, anything can happen, anybody can get anava. So a guy with low self-image can also get anava. You know what I mean? But it's a different process. He has to first get the strength, and then, anybody can get everything. But how do you get it is not the same way. A person that has a low self-image has to build his image up. Or he has to know who he really is. Now, he could take the low self-image and twist it for another also. And seeing the godless of Hashem, and use that midah, which he has naturally, to work a different way. But it can't come out low self-image. It's not a low self-image. You got to say God is great. You have to say God is great. He's always low, so he has to say God is great. You see the greatness of God. He doesn't know how low he is. A regular person sees the greatness of God, and then he understands he's nothing. But this guy was nothing originally. He doesn't have to say he's nothing. He has to say God's great. When he says God's great and man's great, so that guy has a real problem. But once he feels he's great, he jumps up, he gets a super ego, and you can't talk to the guy. The guy has a low self-image. At certain points he gets a super ego, and you can't. When he feels good about himself, nobody can talk to the guy. The low self-image, the other side of the coin is this guy with a super ego. And he's pushing around and beating everybody up, who knows what, to prove that he's always good. Because he's no good, so he proves everybody's good, so he's beating everybody up. So that's also sick. But if he sees God's great, he's great, and still keep the anivus, that's the position. That's anivus. Okay? Any other questions? Anyway, Yagdil Termiyadi. Okay? Any other questions? Anyway, Yagdil Termiyadi.